Habits that lead to success? Do you have successful habits? Have you learned some successful habits? Today we're going to talk about one really important successful habit that you can implement into your life as of right now, today, or maybe tomorrow if you're watching this at the end of the day. One of them is called time management. And what time management is, it sounds pretty simple. It's a little bit more difficult to implement, but we'll be able to get into that in further detail in some of our other videos. So time management is figuring out what to prioritize. What on your list of things to do today is most important or most productive? So we look at things, right? We think, well, this is the most important thing for me to do today. But is it the most productive? Is it going to help you earn the most money today? Is it going to help you accomplish your goals today? So we've talked about goal setting and how to set goals and what goals to set for yourself and how to motivate yourself. And that's where time management is going to come into play and be very helpful to you guys. So basically what you want to do is take those goals that you have, break them down from, let's say, your annual, your 5-year goals, to your annual, to your monthly, to your weekly, to your daily, to your hourly, to your minutes, to your seconds. You want to break these goals down to where they are manageable and where you can get them accomplished. And when you get them, the way to get them accomplished is through time management. So figuring out what your goals are for the day and figuring out what time frames to put them in, to place them in. I'm not talking about creating a to-do list. What I'm talking about is figuring out how you can become more productive. So for instance, I've told you guys before, I'm in sales and I'm speaking to business professionals. You may not be in sales, but you may have to manage your day accordingly. So I'm in sales. So when I look at my day, I have a few things I need to do. One of them is respond to emails from maybe the day before, or to email or send out emails to people to start my day. That's one thing I have to do. Another thing I have to do is prospect. Prospecting never ends when you're in sales. And if you don't realize that, you're going to see a dried up pipeline by the end of the time frame that you have of being really productive. So prospecting never ends, okay? The next thing I have on my list of things to do for the day is I have appointments that are scheduled for me, is to meet with these clients and to be able to either introduce or show them what I have to offer or close the deal. So now let's go with the closing of the deal. Now I have to wrap up the deal. I have to fill out paperwork. I have to send paperwork off. And all the meanwhile, I have emails and phone calls coming in and going out. So that's kind of just a little bit of my day without boring you with even more details that come into play, like the water cooler talk, which we'll get into another day. So how do I break that down to be productive, to be a productive individual? Well, you know, a lot of us, well, for myself at least, I have a family, I have a wife, I have 2 children, and I have to have a balance between work life and my family life. So I can't say, well, from 9 to 5, I'm just going to prospect and make sales, and then from 5 to 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to just sit down and work all night. No, the truth of the matter is when I get home, I'm with my family, and that's what's priority. Remember, the reason why we're working is to be with people that we love. So don't overwhelm yourself with work and forget about why you're doing it. You're doing it so you could be with people that you love and that you enjoy to be with. Let's get back to time management. So what I need to do to break down my day is try to figure out when to put these things that I just talked about and what blocks to put them in. Okay, so my emails that I'm going to be sending off, or I'm going to just break this down for you guys. My emails, my paperwork, so that's the quoting, that's the deals that have closed and the paperwork from those deals. All of those like things where I'm not meeting with somebody or I don't have to call anybody about are things that I'm going to break into time frames when I know people are not available. So for instance, as I've told you guys before, I'm in the insurance business. So for instance, when I'm dealing with, let's say, a restaurant, I know that from the hours of 11 to 1, I will not be able to get in front of a restaurant owner or speak to a restaurant owner. So if I'm only focused on restaurants for that day, that is a really good time from 11 o'clock to 1 p.m. for myself to just focus on paperwork, on maybe setting up for my marketing for the day, on getting some emails done, so that at 1 o'clock, I'm ready to go out prospect. I'm ready to go knock on some doors and meet with these business owners that are restaurant owners. I'm ready to go meet with them. From 1 to, let's say, 3 o'clock, I'm meeting with them, because what happens at 3 o'clock is they start getting ready for dinner. So now I have from 3 to 5, right? So basically I got my paperwork done, and I'm talking about only at 11 o'clock, right? There was other things I could do even earlier. Some of those things that I could do even earlier are prepare and plan my day for who I'm going to meet with that day. And then we get into the paperwork, and now we prospected from 1 to 3 o'clock. And now from 3 to 5 is another time when I can go back to planning for my next day. Maybe I close the deal that day. Maybe I've scheduled appointments for that time frame of 3 to 5 and being able to wrap up the paperwork from those appointments. So those are just a little ways of being able to block off some time for time management. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my video. If you haven't, my channel, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video if it's helped you. Also, please leave a comment below whether you liked what I said or didn't like what I said, whatever it is. Please leave a comment. Maybe you have a question, maybe you need some advice, maybe you want to brainstorm with me on some future ideas. Guys, I thank you and appreciate all the support that you guys given me so far, and thank you again. Please subscribe to my channel. Please tell your friends and family. This has been Michael Esposito. I hope these tips have helped you guys. Talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day. Bye.